Do it.
Whoa there, partner. Hold your horses.
Hold
I
your
bet
horses
you thought
there,
I'd
partner.
finally kicked my addiction to reading uncomfortable, cringy, weird text messages from the dating world. Well, do I have
What? What is happening to my
news
video?
for you, pal? I've only just begun on my bender here.
Okay.
I can quit anytime I want. It's not that big of a deal. I don't need electroshock therapy or any kind of mumbo jumbo psychiatry to break me out of this rabbit hole. I don't have a problem.
Okay.
The only problem I have is that there isn't more of these for me to read, damn it. So anyway, let's begin. This morning I hopped on and read two different stories here from relationships that fell apart in the most tragic and confusing
Yo, if you ruin your relationship over some goddamn pork chops, of
of
please.
ways. So
Please
let's just
stop.
dive right in. So we're reading from the perspective of the girlfriend in this relationship, and she's communicating with her boyfriend. They were coming up on their 3-year anniversary, but after this exchange, it all went right down.
Well, we're fucked. Pork chops went bad. My mom was getting ready to fry them, and there was mold. Okay, that's fine. I'm sorry, she's just going to send me to get chicken alone, because I already made a mac.
Down the shitter.
Sure.
So it begins. Well, we're fucked. Pork chops went bad. My mom was getting ready to fry them, and there was mold.
Yeah.
To which the boyfriend just hits her with an okay. So she apologizes.
Yo, if I sit here and I give you a whole little spiel, I text you and say, yo, look, pork chops went bad, my dude. I expect more. Maybe just a little more than just okay. Maybe a solution, maybe some brainstorming, maybe a little sympathy, right? Maybe, damn, like if Lauren, my girlfriend, texted me, was like, yo, I was about to make some banging ass pork chops tonight. They went bad. They're moldy, they're gross, they're slimy. I would try to find a solution. You know what I mean? Do you want me to take the chicken out of the freezer? Do you want to go run to the store? Do you want me? What do you want me to do about it? Because I'm the type of person that's like, you can't tell me like stuff like that and not expect me to want to do something about it. So what would you like me to do about it? Right? So I would go to the store and get some more pork chops because it's already thawed. It's already thawed because it's been sitting out on the goddamn line the whole time, right? So
Apologizes saying,
Pork
I'm
chops.
sorry. She's just going to send me to get chicken alone because I already made mac. She's referring to mac and cheese for those of you that don't understand the nomenclature there. Now, I think it's very important as we go through this first story that you know the ages of those involved. It's 25 and 27. The reason why I think that's important is because as we go through this story, I imagine most of you will assume that these are children.
Teenagers.
Like literally
like I thought there was like 16 years old, but they're in their 20s and they talk.
13 and 14-year-olds. But that's just not the reality of it. This guy is about to throw away a 3-year relationship and have a biblical meltdown
3
over
years?
not getting some fucking pork chops. He continues giving her the ice treatment here, so he just goes, okay, no good. Actually speaking like a Neanderthal. She says, the pork chops were bad, we didn't know, I'm sorry, I tried to make you food. He just once again says, okay. She says, sorry again, and he just says, cool. So this guy, he's going catatonic right now. We're losing him. He's flatlining. He's starving to death because the pork chops went bad. What is he going to eat now? He's only a fucking 20-something-year-old man. He can't fend for himself without these pork chops. He's going to die. She continues by saying, I really tried. Once again, just hits her with that okay. This is actually just like out of One Punch Man, that famous panel where Boros is powering up and One Punch Man just goes, okay. That is his whole personality. So he just goes, okay. And he says, you left? Yeah, she sent me to get chicken. He says, okay again, to which she just says, well, okay. She continues to profusely apologize for this whole situation here as if she did something wrong.
And she shouldn't sit here and apologize over and over again. The guy's being a dickhead. This out of all seriousness, you're in a 3-year-long relationship and you're over here throwing it away because you want to be a dickhead? You want to be a dickhead. About some pork chops. Going bad. Dude, you must love pork chops so much. You must love pork chops more than you love your own mother. Alright? For you to sit there and get mad. Enough for you to break up with your girlfriend of 3 years over some fucking pork chops. Pork chops. What are you going through in your life for you to be that mad at the world that you didn't get some goddamn fucking pork chops? Like if you didn't get pork chops, let's say it's like today for instance, right? 12-1. If you didn't get pork chops today, who's to say that your girlfriend's not going to give you some pork chops the next couple of days because she feels bad that the pork chops went bad in the first place? And you're over here mad because the pork chops went bad. I don't understand.
Even though she didn't, the pork chops just went bad. I don't know what he expects from her, to like sorcery away all of the mold or whatever on them, or somehow conjure up brand new pork chops from her ass, which is something she also mentioned in the comments. Like, I don't know what he wanted from me. Like, she even went to get other food that he could consume. Chicken, mac and cheese. There were other options besides the pork chops, but his mind is set on one thing: pork chops. He only has room in his noodle for one thought, and right now that thought is pork chops. So now that he realizes he's not getting them, he's about to go berserk over this whole situation here. Cool, you got to eat. I didn't for waiting on you. Good night. Okay, good night. I love you too.
Cool, you got to eat. I didn't for waiting on you. Good night. So, didn't she say she could make some chicken? Didn't she say she had some mac? So you're over here complaining that you didn't get to eat. Well, you got other things that you can eat. You're just mad that it ain't pork chops. And she sat there and said, good night, I love you too, to someone that didn't even say, I love you in the first place. And then he was like, nah, bro, good night. I could have ate, but I waited on you.
No, bro. Good night.
Bro.
I could have ate, but I waited on you, of course. You could have just eaten regardless. Yeah. So the poster here, she went into detail about all of the context around this. So apparently he had said he was going to go get food, and she mentioned that she was making pork chops with her mom later. So he said, oh, okay, well then I'll just eat the pork chops with you and your mom and I won't get food. Yeah. To which she replied saying, no, you can still get food and you're also welcome to have these pork chops. Mm-hmm. But being the noble chivalrous man that he is, he put down the food that he was going to purchase.
How you doing today, Tanaka Television? How you doing?
And instead was going to eat these pork chops, which didn't end up happening. And when he didn't get served his pork chops on a golden platter, he just refused to eat, crossed his arms, kicking his legs in his high chair.
I'm just going to
starve. So even though she had other food that he could eat, the chicken, the mac and cheese, he just didn't. And then also didn't feed himself at any point throughout the rest of the night, I guess because he was still so fuming with steam coming out of his ears. And also, according to her in the comments, the reason he didn't eat the chicken and mac and cheese is because he only likes his chicken prepared in the most simple way ever. So he didn't like the way the chicken was prepared.
So just eat some
and he also doesn't
cheese.
Like mac and cheese, which is already giving...
Nigga, so if you don't like mac and cheese, and you don't like chicken, unless it's plain chicken, and you want pork, like, you are the most fucking difficult person possible. Like, who don't like chicken? Like, chicken's the easiest thing to eat. Like, you can literally do anything to chicken and make it good. So, like, what's the problem here, dog? You're over here mad about some pork chops?
Giving me red flags. I don't know anyone that doesn't like mac and cheese in some capacity.
And mac and cheese. Yeah, I agree. Who doesn't like chicken? Like, this is absolutely wild. Like, and mac and cheese? Like, I understand if you don't like cheese, right? A lot of people don't like cheese. For instance, my brother, he don't like cheese. However, that nigga still go down and bang with some mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is good. As long as it's like, as long as it's not some white people mac and cheese, though. Like, white people mac and cheese be kind of mid, dog. Like, kind of mid. It gotta be made by some black folks. They gotta put them feet all up in there, yo. Gotta use different cheeses. Mac and cheese is banging, though. It's good. Just gotta make it right.
That's making him seem already off as gourd just from that simple fact alone. But yeah, he refuses to eat for the rest of the night, all because he couldn't have those pork chops. She says, I tried to cook. I didn't know they were bad. I couldn't have known until they defrosted.
Fair.
I don't care, bro. I shouldn't have waited. They made food.
Yo, the fact that he keeps calling her bro is showing a little level, like some levels of disrespect. Like, he is so mad about some pork chops that she said, I love you. He ain't say it back, and he's not doing anything but consistently calling her bro. Being short, being a dickhead. Nigga, if you wanted food that bad and you're hurt that you were hungry or whatever, go to McDonald's, dog. It's open like 24/7. You might have to sit there and wait in line for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. But at least you'll have food. Wendy's is open 24 hours, pretty sure, and at least until midnight. Last time I saw the read receipts on this thing, it was like 9:40. You can go and get some fucking McDonald's or something. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know why you're so mad. Like, calm down, bro. It's just pork chops. Just pork chops.
Food, but I had to wait on you. Some bullshit. Good night. Oh my god, this insufferable whiny asshole.
Yeah.
Those pork chops must have been like heavenly, divine.
Must have came
to
from
just
like
give up food.
Yo, those pork chops must have come from fucking God's butt crack, yo. It must have been sliced straight from his asshole because this guy is so mad that they went bad that he's willing to ruin a 3-year relationship. I think that's absolutely wild.
For the rest of the night and then ruin a 3-year relationship. Those pork chops gotta taste immaculate. Yeah. Like, not only do they have to taste amazing, they have to come with legitimately life-changing benefits in order to have this kind of fucking tantrum over them. Like, taking a bite of those pork chops instantly chisels out your jawline a little bit further or something. I just don't know what kind of pork chops would be worth all of this anger. She apologizes again, saying, well, I'm sorry. Good night. I love you too.
She said that again.
Bro, stop telling me that. I am so tired of this guy saying bro to his girlfriend.
For real?
He clearly has no respect for her.
I just said that. Yo, Charlie said what I said, word for word, bar for bar. He clearly has no respect. If he's going to consistently call her bro and consistently blow off if she says I love you and all this shit, he's showing such a lack of respect that he don't even deserve to be in a relationship. Let's be real. That woman's too good for him because she still found other solutions to satisfy his hunger, and he just wants to be a picky asshole.
Whatsoever. He then throws a term out I've never seen before. He says UPMO. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that stands for.
Charlie, it's very clear. He said, you pissed me off. PMO means pissed me off. And he could have been pissed me the fuck off. He could have gone crazy, right? But still, PMO is not the correct way of going about things. You don't conversate with your 3-year-long girlfriend like that. There's better ways of telling her that you're mad. But to be mad about some goddamn pork chops is a little dumb.
So I looked it up, and usually it's an abbreviation for Project Management Office. But that doesn't really fit in the context of this conversation. I imagine it has to be an insult. I don't think he just came out of nowhere saying, you Project Management Office.
No, he's pissed off.
So it must stand for something else, but I still can't piece it together. Maybe you pussy monster outcast? I couldn't tell you. Never mind, now I can tell you. I just took an additional 10 minutes looking through Twitter to see anyone else who has ever used that abbreviation, and apparently it means you piss me off. Yeah. Wow. Fucking oof. That is so cringe, Jesus Christ.
It is cringe.
But anyway, she says, I mean, I do, but okay, referring to loving him. And then he just says, I don't want to talk to you. And then she just says, okay, good night, I love you. He then comes back around as all of these unhinged weirdos do, where they're like, don't talk to me, I don't want to talk to you, good night. And then he just keeps fucking going and going and going and spewing. So he comes back and says,
dude, if you're really that mad about some pork chops, just get off your phone for the night, dude. Don't sit there and continue to make it worse between you and your girl because you are mad about her not making pork chops. Like, you popping off like this is just you in an emotional state. You're not realizing that you're being extra. You're being extra, right? And and I agree. Cook your own fucking food, dog. Cook your own food. You don't have to sit there and make everyone else bend to your pickiness. Like, if you're that picky to the point you don't like mac and cheese, you don't like chicken, you don't want to go to the store and buy some fucking food, then just make your own food, dude. Make your own food.
At all. Not tomorrow either. I don't care. This is bullshit. Good night. You're fucking selfish. Fuck you for real.
Ridiculous.
I really don't want to talk to you or see you. Honestly, I'll remember this. Good night. I mean, he's speaking like it's the Walking Dead Telltale game.
Yeah.
Goofball will remember this. I mean, obviously he's going to remember this. You just had a fucking meltdown over pork chops. Everyone's going to remember this. So then she's confused, like, what did I do? You said you don't want to talk to me, so I'm leaving you alone.
Bam says.
He then says, fuck you, please leave me alone. Get the fuck out. And then she just says, you're the one texting me just to say leave you alone.
Leave you alone. Yeah.
And then he again comes in, I don't want to talk or see you at all. And then she just, again, I didn't...
Yo, she is a goddamn trooper, dog. Like, I'm gonna be real. Saying that you're fucking selfish and then saying fuck you for real, and then saying fuck you, please leave me alone, for her to still respond with okay, I love you, good night, she's an actual saint.
Didn't even respond to you.
She is way too good for this dude. This dude is being a complete dickhead. I understand if she killed his turtle, his cat, his dog, and maybe even at that point, it's still, you don't talk to your significant other like that, right? I can understand the anger part of it. But to talk to her like that, dude, you need to go sit down somewhere. Would you talk to your mother like that?
Okay, good night. I love you too. Just trying to get out of this conversation because he just keeps coming back to just say, leave me alone. Stop talking to me. Why aren't you talking to me? Hey, stop talking to me. I'm texting you one more time just to let you know. Don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. It's craziness. It's craziness.
It is.
So,
and childish.
This is the end of the text message screenshots, but the story continues. Right after this, the following morning, he continued this behavior, this attitude, and ended up dumping her because of this whole pork chop fiasco, which is a huge blessing in disguise for her because this is not,
imagine she got
not
married
a
to
good
that dude.
partner. This is a crazy person.
Yeah.
To have this level of blow up over not getting pork chops.
Pork chops.
Wow, that is some concerning delusion. So she does expand on it a little bit. He continued to insult her the following day before dumping her. So just a piece of shit all around.
Dickhead.
And I just had to talk about this one because I don't think I've ever seen a relationship, at least of this long, 3 years. They apparently were saving up for a house. End over something so trivial.
Setting up for
I haven't seen
house?
a relationship crumble over something so...
She was about to move into a house with this man. And he wants to talk to her like that? Can you imagine how things would have gotten like over the course of the relationship? They're only been together for 3 years. Imagine if they got to 10 years.
So meaningless.
Had kids, got married. That would have been terrible.
This is a wild
dickhead
case here. So yeah, I wanted to talk about this one a little bit. I know I said I was going to do 2, but I've kind of been yapping about this one for quite a while now. So maybe I'll just save the second one for tomorrow and I'll let it be like a little teaser. I think that's what I'll do. This will be your little appetizer for tomorrow's, where I cover the other really unbelievably awful relationship crumbling text messages.
Okay.
But anyway, I feel bad for the girl here, but I am happy to know that they're not together anymore. I think that's a very good thing for her going forward. I know it's going to be tough for a little while, but wishing her the best. And for the dude in the story here, wishing him nothing but really bad mac and cheese and no pork chops for the rest of his life.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's really about it. See ya.
See ya. Again, as always, at the end of the video, go subscribe to Charlie. Go give his video a thumbs up. Go support it. Go drop a comment. Do what you do. Don't just look at my video and move on with your life afterwards. If you enjoyed the video, go support Charlie too. I'm stealing his content technically, so it's the only fair thing to do is to make sure that you guys go and translate over to Charlie, which I'm sure most of you guys are already, subscribed to Charlie. He has 14 million subscribers. But if you're not, if you enjoy the video, go subscribe, give him a thumbs up.